welcome to this week's Talking Codswallop. I am Gemma.
I can hear a ringing in my ears, this constant ringing noise. Will somebody answer that damn telephone? I am James. For those who are wondering, Salty Tadpoles, if you're wondering, what am I on about with that one? It's because just prior to recording, just before all the magic happens, Gemma coughed, and being my sensitive, hearing, these are my ears are part of my need of work. Obviously tadpoles. Gemma did a loud cough, and all I can hear is this ringing telephone noise. So somebody answer the damn phone.
Oh, I mean, to be honest, you might hear a telephone noise in a minute anyway. Your dad will be on the phone.
Quite possibly. Somebody somewhere. It'll either be background noise here or background noise with you. But yeah. There you go. It's all good. We're here. Even if one of us goes deaf as a post, we will still persevere to do the best we can for you.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as the editor doesn't go deaf, that's absolutely fine, isn't it?
I would certainly hope one of us would be able to do some sort of editing of some sort.
Anyway, so we're starting the show as we mean to go on, Salty Tadpoles. But yes, James did, I did in fact cough before the intro, but that's a regular thing for anybody who doesn't know. I like to clear my throat before, speaking to you wonderful people. And
clearing the old pipes.
Yeah, and I did move my head away from the microphone, so if it was loud, sorry, but
And you were apologetic as well. It was all good. You were very good with it. All apologetic and kind.
I was apologetic, but I also laughed because I said that because I opened my mouth to do the intro and a cough came out instead. So, James, but you're back from being ill.
I am.
How have you been?
Well, let's not bullshit. I'm constantly ill or unwell in some form or another. How am I? Well, today's ailment is something weird with the tendons in my... It's the strangest thing, actually, and we won't do medical too long because it's not a depressing subject, it's a bit of a weird subject, but I have problems with, various other issues with me, but my knee has been a problem, which I'm kind of getting better with now because I've got a knee support that seems to have helped. And I obviously go for my Swedish massages. But when I went for one today, obviously, got the various pains and aches out of me. But here's a strange one. So if any salty tadpoles with any medical knowledge can explain this one to me. The tendons in my ankle seem to have gone weird. Now, I've had this before, but generally when I've done something that's damaged it, or I've been doing exercise or gardening. This time it happened whilst I was in bed.
Oh.
And I have no idea at all what caused it. I just woke up and it was like, wow, that's knotted. And the Dean who does my massage tried to get it out, but even he couldn't. It was like, it's weird. It's like it's more in the ankle. So it's better, but hopefully it'll be improved by tomorrow. But I've been a bit of an old man, sort of hobbling around, going, ooh, ow, ow, that hurts, ow, ow.
So somebody's birthday coming up soon. So, I think we might need to get you a walking stick or something like that.
I'm knackered. In advance of that. I mean, we won't mention the age, but I have been told that when I hit a certain age, it was my chiropodist said this, that when you hit a certain age, everything starts falling apart. And I just said, well, this is now. Yeah. So what the hell is it going to be like when I hit that point? And we were sort of saying I'll be probably having to come in with a Zimmer. It's like one of my friends was I've got to be honest, one of my friends was upset because I think he has to have bifocals and he's actually a little younger than me. Yeah. But he was, and my father commented on the fact that he uses glasses. And I was like, yeah, but Dad, you're a lot older than him. And you've only just needed them recently. It's not. So I can totally appreciate why my friend was a bit upset. But yeah, I guess it's all part of the wonder of the aging process. So if this is me now, when I become if if I get to be an old man, what on earth will it be like? But who knows, by that time, if technology's advanced, we might have, all things that will cure the ailments. Yeah, bullshit. Because according to people like, Back to Future time, we've been on hoverboards in 2015. We're now in 2022. None of these things have happened.
I
but
know.
other than that, other than a bit of pain, I'm not too bad. But it could be a lot worse. So I will throw the ball over to you. How are you, Gemma?
I'm good, thank you. But just quickly before we do move on, I was going to say, because obviously Back to the Future is one of my biggest, bestest films. I love that film to pieces, all of them.
Yes.
But they are really disappointing when you think of it and you've got to the time scale, and it's like, oh, we haven't got flying cars. It's like, I know that it wasn't their job to actually create all this stuff, but, it's kind of like, where's the cars?
But they did get some things right, because think about it. You have the Skype-style TV on the wall thing. We've got that. What else would I say they got right? There was elements of things like maybe the not so much the high, the fast food stuff they sort of had. The multiple TV channel things they got right. So there are a few things they did get right within that film. You could probably do a deep dive and look at even more stuff they got right. The interest in looking back at the 80s stuff, that's kind of is happening.
Skype and Zoom and stuff like that as well.
Yep, so they had that. So they've not been too far off on all of it. 3D stuff, there's been an interest, obviously, still in 3D films. So we can't knock it too much. But yeah, hoverboards. But the thing is, can you imagine if hoverboards were actually made, the level of damage that people would be doing to themselves? It'd be horrendous.
Yeah, it really would. It really would. And then it would be like, who am I going to sue? Kind of thing.
Well, if it's America, definitely, who can we sue? Let's drag Mattel through the courts. Yeah,
I was going to say, I think this country is getting that way a little bit as well now. Yeah. We've all got snowflakes.
There's got, where was it, where there's, is it where there's blame, there's a claim, is the comment? Yeah. Sort of way.
Yes, absolutely. So, gone are the day. I've got a frog in me throat again.
Ribbit.
Ribbit. Gone are the days when you just, got on with things and just, did the stiff upper lip kind of thing for a British person, but nah.
Those days are way gone in the past. They are so far in the rearview mirror. They are but a dot to us.
Yes, they absolutely are. So, but, that's not what you asked me. You asked me how my week's been.
No, I did. I asked you how you were.
Yeah, you did. Well, I've been all right, thank you. Had a lovely weekend with Lucy. Well, not weekend, but it was Sunday, I think. Yeah, it was Sunday because we asked her the question, didn't we?
We did.
She didn't listen to the episode on the way down, but she did on the way back. So
she did know the answer because she, I can't remember right, she contacted me or I contacted her, but yeah, she knew what I was on about. I was impressed. Yeah. And I even said, did Gemma leak the answer to you? But she said, nope, she knew what it was.
Yeah. And what was the answer, James?
Thankfully, I actually remember what the question was. The question was, what is the meaning of life? And the answer to it is the number 42, which is from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah. I got a bit of shit from a couple of colleagues who listen at work, and they were like, have you never read the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? I was like, yeah, I know, but I didn't, in my head, it wasn't in reference to that, if you know what I mean, the question. So I was like, I'm still a nerd, I'm okay.
Well, look, they can give, okay, you want to hear some real truth, the home truth on this one, where they can give me shit? I've never seen the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I've never read the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The only reason I know that is because when I was at college, one of my lecturers, I made the comment, I said, what's the meaning of life? And he went, 42. And I said, where's that from? And he said, the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And it's stuck with me ever since.
Well, that's good. I think you need to watch it then.
I will consider it. I'll add it to my list of things that I need to watch. At the moment, I've been generally I ploughed through Picard, finished the second series of that. Joanne, you know what you need to do.
Because I need a break.
Joanna's actually seen it, and we've had a chat, and we're trying to put the stuff in place to do some reviews of that. So yeah, we had a chat about that. But I've also been watching Better Call Saul, the new series of that. Brilliant, love it. And I also watched a really weird thing called 10%, which is on Amazon, which is based on a French TV show called Call My Agent, which has been very interesting. It's all about a bunch of agents, obviously working with various different actors and actresses, and the crazy things that come from that. So yeah, interesting stuff. But yeah, I will add the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, whichever version it will be, because I think there are several versions, to decide on which I should watch and which to enjoy.
But yeah, we went to Winchester, me and Lucy.
Nice.
Which is really nice. There was a funny moment. It's one of those funny moments that both me and Lucy will laugh at, because we were both there, but it's you're not necessarily going to laugh at it, or anybody else really, but still I like to share my stories. So obviously arrived, and it was an hour and a half journey, and I needed the loo, and but we were like, I was like, oh, I can wait though, it's not extremely urgent kind of thing, but it was obviously getting that way. But so we walked from the car park into the city. I think Winchester is a city because it's got a cathedral, but it was like a small city, so that's why I'm questioning that. But I think it was a city. So we walked in.
Your bet.
Yeah. We walked in and obviously spotted the loos, which was fantastic. But there was this kid that was not speaking to me, but speaking to like his family members, going, "Does anybody need the loo?" And I meant to say yes, but under my breath, just as a joke. But it came out really, really loud, like in desperate kind of. I was like, "Yes!" both me and I put my hand over my mouth as like to say, "Oh my God, I can't believe I just said that so loudly." And like me and Lucy were just like, we were roaring with laughter, but I was like, I can't laugh, I need a wee.
Yeah. I suspect the kid in his family probably thinking, who is this crazy woman?
Yeah, probably, or didn't even notice.
Who is this crazy woman? Is she one of those crazy mad people who just shouts random stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. So, but yeah. So once Lou was visited, or the facilities was, whatever you want to call it, but the toilet of any form was visited. We got on with what we wanted to do. So we visited the Great Hall and saw the round table, which was very cool. And we had a bit of fun there, we were sort of dressing up and just being very silly, but also having a good laugh as well. But it was funny because I went into the room, it's only like kind of a big hall kind of. Well, it's the Great Hall, so it is a hall. And I went in and I was like taking photos and stuff like that. And then when we walked outside, I was like, Lucy, where was the round table then? And she said it was up on the wall where you took a photo of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You didn't realise what you were looking at.
No, but I was expecting it to be an actual table. Do you know what I mean? Like actually on the, sort of set up in the room sort of thing. So I was like, oh. Because it'd be quite nice if you could actually sit around it, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It would, but more than likely people do things like damage it.
Yeah.
But this is what happens as you get older, you see, Gemma, you'll notice things and then gone.
Yeah. But yeah, I even took a photo of it, which was the most ridiculous part, but
and you hadn't even taken on board what you're taking a picture of.
No, not really.
The ultimate tourist. Flash, click, click, flash. No idea what it is. Going through photos. Yeah, look at all this.
Yeah, it was great. I even took a picture of not many people actually got the reference though, which it kind of made me laugh a little bit more. But I took a picture of, there was like this little, is it an alcove? That's what they're called, isn't it? When it's like an
alcove, yeah.
Yeah. It was an alcove bit where there was like a little seat, And then there was somebody had put a clothes hanger in there. And so on Facebook, I put this picture up and I put, somebody was hung here.
I know, I saw the picture.
Yeah. But there were so many people that were just like, I don't get it. And I'm like, do you not see the clothes hanger?
It's a shame, isn't it? You know.
But
what I will say to these people, I will quote something from Friends. Stop when the Q-tip finds resistance. People stop.
But Owen Edmonds got it. He said yes, well hung. So yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I do think I confused a lot of people with that post. So I was like, it's kind of funny that I have though. So I was quite, I thought it was funny. But there you go. There you are. But yeah, like I said, there was these capes and things that we could put on to like take photos with and stuff. And this was just in the Great Hall. So we probably had the most fun there.
Good.
Yeah, of course. It was a really rainy day though. It was kind of like that real fine drizzly kind of day. So yeah, that was a bit annoying at times. But yeah, it was like £4 to get in, and it was worth the £4 to be honest, because it's National Trust, so that's why it was chargeable. But yeah, we were going to go into the cathedral. The cathedral cost £10 to go in, and we're like, no fuck. We'll just walk around
National Trust, the ultimate old person place.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the cathedral. And I was like, well, we'll just walk around it for free on the outside, eh? She's like, yeah, let's do that. So, and yeah, what else did we do? There was like a little market as well. So we were sort of walking up and down the market, just really just had a good old wander around and took in all of the sights and sounds of Winchester, because I'd never been there before. So it's my review is it's a very pretty city.
Nice.
It's not a shitty city. It's a pretty city.
That's good. Excellent. That's good to know.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
Yeah. And Lucy finally got some Easter eggs, so that was good. Because she was away while she was in... Oh God! She was in LA while it was Easter. So yeah, she didn't have any. She didn't have any Easter eggs, but yeah, and just all in general, it was just a really nice day, and yeah, it was nice to see her as well. So I'll be seeing her obviously in a couple of weeks to go up and see Jamie and Tom's event that they're putting on. They've organised as well, which obviously was covered in last week's episode. Did you listen to that, James?
Oh God, no.
I think Tom and Jamie are actually getting a bit of a complex now that they think that you don't like them.
No, you have to understand, people. I very rarely listen to any of our own stuff.
Yeah, I know, but you weren't on this one, so you could have listened.
True. So you would say that you would argue if I had listened to my own things, I'm a narcissist. But yeah, I tell you what I'll do. I will be nice, because when I go out for my hobbling attempt to go for a walk, I will listen to it.
Yeah,
I'll have a listen. Well,
it was a lot of fun, and thank you again for Jamie and Tom for coming onto the episode. And it was nice to sort of sit down and chat with them, and it's actually going to be really nice because I've not met Tom before. Obviously, virtually I have, but not in person. So it's going to be really nice to meet him on the 28th. So that'll be fun. Lots of fun.
Yeah, you've not met him IRL, as the kids say.
Oh, indeed. Yep. IRL.
Bloody hell.
I know. It's ridiculous, isn't it? But, and the other thing, sorry, just getting all of the sort of admin-y kind of things out of the way as well. Also on Friday the 20th at 7 p.m. UK time, and I think it was 2 p.m. Eastern time, which I assume is it's kind of New York, New Jersey kind of area, I believe, of America, and any other time. So basically just work out what 7 o'clock is in the UK and work out your own time. We are going live for an hour, so 7 until 8 p.m. And that is going to be for a charity that LIVESTREAM for the Cure is putting together. So it's a cancer related charity. So they're trying to raise as much money as possible to kind of battle that evil sea. Isn't it really?
Imagine how good it's going to be, Salty Tadpoles, to go live. Can we produce coherent sentences on a live stream? You will have to tune in to find out.
Yeah.
If we are both this good on a recorded thing, what's it going to be like live? It's just like... And
a little sneak behind the curtain there as well. So with regards to my little intro to what we were now just talking about, I have to edit out a little bit to make it sound professional.
I mean, there's also a high percentage I'm probably deaf for a large portion of it because, Gemma will be coughing at me.
No, I won't, because we'll be only talking for an hour, so it will be all good. But no, we're both looking forward to it, aren't we? And
yeah, should be interesting.
Yeah, and I believe it's so I've put posts up on all social media and whatnot, but I believe it's on I believe that I should be able to share the actual event while it's going on, basically. So yeah, if anybody wants to join us to watch us, we are allowed to swear on this one, so that's always good. And
Gemma with her filthy mouth.
I know. So yes, so every time James swears, we have to donate £1. Well, $1.
So basically, there'll be no money because I'm pure and fresh as the driven snow, and because Gemma has a mouth like a one-fingered carpenter, all the money will be coming from her. But also, the interesting thing is it's a visual medium.
Yep.
So you will get to see us. My plan is I will be wearing a burqa for the entire event, so you will just see my eyes, so there'll be no need for you to look upon me, because the description, I am a cross between Brad Pitt and Sloth from The Goonies. So yeah, it's the burqa for me for that one, so you just get to see my eyes.
Yeah, with a man bun.
Yes, the man bun. But again, if I have the man bun, you're not going to see it. What I might do to really throw you off is I'll wear the burqa and sunglasses.
I just took a mouthful of drink then, so that was a laugh.
I think burqa and sunglasses is the way to go for me.
So you're going for the Burke look then?
Wow! That was a very harsh one. Yeah. I'll just
right,
be.
It's only harsh to you. So it's directed only purely at you.
No Islamophobia from Gemma, just a complete shot at me.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And I've stumped him.
Nope, I'm not stumped. I was waiting for your continuation. So, yes, you'll just see.
Yeah.
I'll just be completely covered from head to toe.
Yes. And I will be naked.
Wow. See, that's what I like. See, extremes, people. Complete and utter extremes.
So yeah, James is going to be completely covered up. I'm going to be nude. No, I'm definitely not going to do that. I'm sorry, everybody. But yes, that's definitely not going to happen. But yeah.
That's for the Codswallop After Dark OnlyFans account.
Yes. Yeah, that'll be good. So moving on, have you got any Codswallop this week?
The only strange Codswallop I have is it's not actually from this week, it's from a previous one, but I'd love to know why Barclays will keep themselves open. They have themselves on weird hours anyway, but why they're open, say, and then for the last hour they don't have any counter open at all.
Oh, I think you've used this a couple of weeks ago.
I think I'd used just the weird hours, but then when I went back, I was like, so let's see if I got this right. You've now completely changed the situation again. So the counter isn't even open, which I just couldn't get my head around. I'm like, well, none of it makes sense to me. So yeah, very weird. Very weird. Strange stuff.
That is a bit of an odd one. But yeah, I don't bank with Barclays, so
no,
I'm not. And I do online banking, so.
Oh, la-di-da. Look at that, Tadpole. She's all, la-di-da and technologically advanced with her. I do online stuff.
No, I think it's more you'll find that I'm lazy and I can't be asked to go into town.
Well, It did. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. The thought did cross my mind, but I didn't want to say anything. I just thought you'd just been tech savvy.
Yeah. I think, no, definitely it's more on the lazy side of things, but especially as like obviously if I'm working from home or whatever, I can pop in. Well, if I'm working as well, I can pop in my lunch hour sort of thing, but I don't tend to sort of do that very often. So if I was to, go on Saturday, I have to be there before 12 o'clock or 12:30 or whenever it is. And it's like, that means on a Saturday, I have to get up and get motivated and, I want to chill out on Saturday.
Shocking. You should be up bang on 6 a.m.
No.
Yes, it is the way forward. No, the thing is, even if you were trying to, so say you wanted to go to practice and do something quite, it's not even that advanced, but if you went on a Saturday, this is a Codswallop we've had before, but you go in and literally, there's no counter service.
Yeah.
So the only way you can do anything is by using a cash point that's within the building, and possibly you might be able to open an account, and that's it.
Yeah, that seems like a waste of time, really. Why not just close early?
Yes, I was thinking that. Why not? Or why not? Here's an idea. Why not just be closed entirely on the Saturday? If it's so limited on what you can do, just don't be open.
Yeah, I suppose that is the case. So, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, well, if it's pissed you off, do you feel better now?
I've had my grouchy moment of the Codswallop. What have you got, Gemma?
Well, that's a very good question because I don't think I have any. I know it's shock horror, but because
I think I need a fainting couch because you normally have something.
I know I do normally, but nothing that pops to mind at the moment because I used quite a good one on last week's recording. So
you've given me even more of a reason to want to listen. So it's going to have to happen.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I was going to say I can't tell you it because otherwise it's repeating myself. And, I'm going to
have to tune in.
Yeah, the wonderful Salty Tadpoles that have already listened, I can't ruin it by telling them again what it is.
Now I have to tune in. So guys who felt that you've got some sort of concerns over the fact that I don't listen to you, don't take it personally. It's just that I don't listen, but now I will listen.
Yeah.
Not only because I want to listen to you guys, but because Gemma has spiked my interest.
Yes. Indeed. I think you will like the one that I've got as well. So there
Excellent.
We go. Yeah.
Well, tell you what, as soon as we've finished, I will put it on and listen to it.
Oh, brilliant. That'll be cool. But and there's also, because I know that we've got the live stream coming up as well. So I'm trying to think of good Codswallops for that as well. So I'm not gonna use a Codswallop this evening. But
okay.
I am. Oh, maybe the Codswallop is that I just hit my microphone. So,
The Codswallop could be that you don't have Codswallop to bring to the Codswallop.
I know. It's like shocking, isn't it? I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah. I mean, the beauty is you can just bottle up the rage until the live stream.
Yeah, especially as I can swear.
So angry. She's so angry. So angry. It's like podcasting with the She-Hulk.
That's a very good question that's just popped into my head, right? I was speaking to a lady at work. She's not necessarily into the Marvel kind of films and whatnot, but she and I were chatting about the fact that it's something that annoyed her, and like I made a reference to the Hulk kind of thing, and we were just larking around, and she said to me, she goes, I'm going to be David Banner. And I said, oh, close one, Deb. It's actually Bruce Banner, though. And it turned out, when she Googled it, she knew it anyway, but she Googled it for reference for me, that his name was originally in the 70s, David Bruce Banner. Did you know that?
It was in the TV series. I mean, Bruce Banner's always been the character's name, but in the TV series, for some reason, they named him David Bruce Banner because I think they didn't like the idea of it being the BB.
Oh, okay.
Because, like there's a thing that Stan Lee had is that his characters would be like, Peter Parker, Bruce Banner, etc. He didn't want that set up. But I that was one I was aware of, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, because I didn't, because I've only known him as like Bruce Banner. So I was like really blown away by the information. I was like, oh, fair play, Deb. I don't know. It's kind of like, well, why did they drop the David then?
Well, David was like, I think in the comic it was like, Salty Tadpoles who are in the know can point me in the correct direction. I think it was probably Bruce David Banner in the comics. They just turned it round, but I don't know. It's not. I don't know masses about it. I just know that they did they call him David in the TV series.
Ah, okay. Oh, well, that's quite interesting, isn't it? It's like, yeah, so I suppose to put their own little stamp on it. Maybe. Don't know.
I can only assume so.
Yeah.
I can only assume so.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. So that did bring up a sort of interesting conversation when I was at work today. So, which is always nice. I like having interesting conversations because talking about work is quite boring. So, yeah, especially when you're at work. So that's actually another thing we did as well. Well, we're a team of 8, so 6 of us. We invited obviously all 8 people, but 2 of them couldn't make it. But all 6 of us went out for dinner on, well, it was last week sometime. I can't remember exactly when. But I think, yeah, it was nice because it was like even my boss was there, and it was really nice because we just had a good old chinwag. We were like talking from like sweets to all sorts of things, but they're all the older generation. Well, for me, they're all an older generation.
Carefully. Tread carefully.
I am. For me, they're an older generation. So, you know, they were talking about sweets that I'd like never heard of. And I was like, this isn't my generation anymore, is it, guys? So, yeah, it was, I can't remember what kind of sweets we were talking about, but it was just, you know, like the conversation was really nice. But because like my manager was there, or our manager was there, the topic of work couldn't come up, which was really nice because sometimes it's like when we go out for dinner and stuff like that, it's like, oh, this such and such annoyed me at work today, or blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, do we have to talk about work? Can we not find something else that we got in common?
It is rather you have made it rather anticlimactic for me, Gemma, by not telling me what the sweet conversation was.
Oh, sorry. Well, sadly, I couldn't retain most of the information because they were talking about sort of like older sweets that I'd never dealt with. So then, then they were talking about like, they said, oh, what sweets did you like? And I was like, well, problem is that from the age of 7, well, not for a length of time, but I had a load of food allergies. So I wasn't really allowed to have sweets and chocolate and stuff like that growing up. So it's, and not that I feel deprived from it, you know, it was just the fact that I had like allergies and intolerances to stuff. So I don't really remember what kind of sweets I had. Do you know what I mean? So
Did the violinist appear at that point?
You're such an asshole. 7-year-old me was gutted. Imagine telling a 7-year-old that they can't have sweets.
I'd relish it.
But no.
I don't like kids, so I'd be like, no sweeties for you.
No. Well, I mean, nowadays I definitely would do that. So, you know. But no, you know, for me, little me, age 7, who was very cute, you know, she did feel like she missed out quite a bit. But, you know, there was always rice cakes and...
I love rice cakes. So
yeah. I don't mind them. They're not my favourite thing now. Because I practically lived on them. There's like rice cakes and tuna.
I can appreciate you not enjoying them, yeah.
Yeah. But this was like a time when, like, obviously nowadays you got food allergy stuff going out of, it's like out of fashion, isn't it?
I was going to say, I think food allergy is now like a fashionable thing, you know. Yeah. A food allergy, veganism, what else is suddenly become ADHD? That seems to have come into fashion.
Yeah. But yeah, what I mean is by that as well is that, you know, it's like there's complete aisles that have got, you know, like food products for people that can't eat sugar or whatever. Or they've also got the traffic light system. Like, I feel so sorry for my mum because she must have gone through hell. It's like, you know, trying to work out if, you know, if I could have certain things, you know, kind of thing. So yeah, hat off to my mum.
Absolutely. But the reality is, Gemma, you were just ahead of your time.
I was? Yes.
You were a trendsetter. You just didn't know it. It does explain the potato story, though. It makes it all illuminate. It sheds a light and makes it all make sense, because she was so allergic to things like, how can we make this more interesting for her? We'll tell her a story about potatoes.
But just to remember that the punchline wasn't anything to do with potatoes.
No, I'm fully aware of that.
Yeah.
But it was just like, what can we make you more interesting for her? We'll just give her a dry, unadorned baked potato. There you go, Gem. Knock yourself out. Boom.
You joke, but that was my lunch most of the time.
No, I can believe it. I can believe it. But yeah, it must be. Well, to be fair, interesting when you mentioned food intolerance, and don't worry, salty tadpoles, before you hit the coma level, we will come out this area of conversation. We've probably lost about 25% of the listeners who are going, what? They've been going about health and food allergies?
You guys have changed.
Yeah. What happened, man? What happened? It's like we're going to that thing about Homer Simpson when he talks about music and he's going, we'll keep rocking forever. When Homer's talking to his dad when he's younger, he's going, no, it's not, man, we'll be rocking forever. Yeah, food allergies. I think when I was younger, certainly had a bit of there was concern that I might have like an allergy to milk and dairy stuff, but that hasn't been the case. But then I just had to have my tonsils adenoids whipped out, so that resolved that problem. But yeah,
that's good.
I can appreciate it to a degree. I can appreciate that to a degree.
Yeah. So, but it's not as bad as mine at all. No, no literally. No. It was so horrible.
So we'll pull ourselves out of old git food allergy corner now.
Are you calling old? I'm not old. Shut up.
Well, keep telling yourself that, Gemma. Keep telling yourself that.
I'm not old. I'm only 27 in my head. I'm not old.
Yes. No, it's absolutely. I mean, I'm only 21 in my head, so.
Oh, yeah, of course you are. You have to be younger than me.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm only 21 in my head. The problem is all my body parts are breaking down and falling off.
Well, I hope a certain thing isn't falling off. No. Sorry.
We've gone very X-rated. See, now this is the stuff that we can't do so easily on this, but wait for the live stream, people. Gonna get filthy. Codswallop after dark.
I was actually, why I did my overreaction there was because ages ago we discussed
backpedaling like mad.
But ages ago we discussed a man whose penis fell off, and that was on the show. It was one of the weird stories of the week. But there was actually a TV program made about him.
I heard something about that. Did he have to attach to his arm or something?
Yeah, and he had it. Yeah, and he had it attached to his arm for 5 years or something like that. But I think it was because he had an alcohol problem. They couldn't do the surgery. But I didn't watch it in full, but my mum did. So she was like, oh my God, a penis on the arm.
It's quite amazing that technology's allowed that to happen. But rest assured, people, my penis hasn't dropped off. It's still working. I've never had it attached to my arm. All is well.
He has had it attached to his head, though.
If you don't know, that is a reference to my man bun.
I just meant that you're a dickhead sometimes.
Well, see, so harsh. See, do you see Salty Tadpole? She's just so harsh. But I love her for it. But she is harsh.
But it comes from a good place. Like if somebody else said that to you, I'd be like, you what?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How dare you?
Yes, exactly. Yes. Yeah. It's like the SNL sketch. I'm only harsh on you because I love you.
Yeah. Oh, right. And I was going to say, should we move on to some stories of the week? Because
absolutely.
Yeah, we both got 3 lined up, haven't we? So I'm bringing the Disturbed this week. So
okay.
Did you want to go first, or should I go first?
I'll let you go first, and then I'll go to my bottom of the barrel scraping one.
Okay, so I'm going to start with inside the world's most haunted forest, entire communities vanish and UFO sightings. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so this forest in Europe, which has got a name, but I can't pronounce it, has often been referred to as the Bermuda Triangle of Romania after its string of disappearances, strange occurrences, and paranormal activity. So, the world's most haunted forest in which entire communities have vanished and UFOs have been spotted is in Europe. This forest is in Transylvania. Has been called one of Europe's most haunted places after a series of paranormal activities and strange occurrences. This is from the Mirror, and they are repeating themselves as much as the Metro does. It is.
I'll have to. Not to disturb you. Keep going.
Right.
I'm putting myself on mute. I desperately need the toilet, so I'll keep reading.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. Its reputation as a home for the paranormal and alien encounters is heightened by its eerie atmosphere of twisted skeletal trees that span across 700 acres. There have been many unsettling tales that have been told of the Romanian forest for hundreds of years, making it near possible to separate fact from fiction. Yes, so this is quite a scary one, and of course I've just had a little pop-up come over the top of the story, so that was really good as well. Although it is unclear of the origin of the hauntings, it has been said that the history started with the vanishing of peasants from the forest who disappeared without trace, never to be seen again. It's a bit like the Blair Witch Project. Throughout the years, there have been many tales of vanishings in the forest, such as shepherds and his 200 sheep, and the disappearance of a 5-year-old girl. However, one of the strangest events that happened in the forest came from a tale of a woman who disappeared with a 15th century coin in her pocket. After a significant amount of time had passed, the woman returned as if no time had passed with the same coin. So, I mean,
she disappeared in the 15th century and then come up back at another time, or just does it give you the information?
Let's have a look. There's this irritating thing that just keeps popping up as well. So, after a significant amount of time had passed, so she went in. She went in the 15th century with a coin in her pocket. So after, but it doesn't say exactly how long it was. So, I mean, I'd like to go to this forest just to see what happens.
Sound pretty cool.
Yeah. Take Nathan with us, just for the paranormal side of things.
Damn right.
Yeah, that would be cool. There are so many first-hand reports from people who have visited the forest and left with strange symptoms ranging from mild cases of unease and physical symptoms such as severe rashes, headaches, and even burns.
So basically it sounds like a normal day for us. Severe headaches, rashes, burns. I'd be like, and why is this this is a risk how?
Those would be the mild cases for us, wouldn't it?
Yeah. You'd be like, this is scary.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Yeah. What's your problem? While the odd symptoms add to the forest's strange and unexplainable phenomenon, there are some people who say that the soil from the forest is the cause of the symptoms due to the presence of natural uranium. Studies have shown higher than normal levels of radioactivity in certain parts. There's a little bit more, but yeah. It's going on with the same sort of thing here, really. But it ends with many people have visited the forest without experiencing any odd events happening to them. However, those looking for a spooky fix can embark on the haunted tour. Whoa.
Nice.
Yeah, It does sound quite cool, though, doesn't it?
It does, rather. I'm interested. About the level of radiation. Interesting.
Yeah, and I'd like
to think what could cause that, other than natural issues of radiation being around anyway. Yeah,
exactly. So maybe it's like close to Chernobyl or something. I don't know. How far away is Transylvania?
I don't think. To my knowledge, Transylvania and the Ukraine will probably not be too close, but I could be wrong. I doubt it. I mean, there is natural radiation fallout anyway. You always have a natural background radiation, but yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Right, so
let's check Transylvania.
I would like to go to Transylvania one day, though.
It's from what I understand, it's a relatively nice place to go to. It's quite interesting, picturesque stuff. Let's just see.
This everybody, this Salty Tadpoles is James trying to multitask and talk at the same time.
I'm trying to type while talking to you. I'm trying to type with one finger.
Evidence that men cannot multitask.
How dare you? I'm just trying to do a distance thing because I frankly can't be asked trying to use my brain for this one.
I don't think it's important.
Showing a lack of geographic knowledge.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, Salty Tadpoles, if you know this information, basically it was a more throwaway comment that James didn't really need to look into. But I said, well, whether Chernobyl was actually close to Transylvania, if it is, awesome, let us know. If it's not, awesome, let us know. And I think we can probably move on. Unless you found the information. No,
there's a reasonable level of close proximity. So, yeah. But anyway, I seriously doubt there will be an issue. But who knows? Look, at this point, bugger it. Let's just move on.
Yeah, exactly. So let's move on to your first story of the week.
Yeah. So, television people, how much barrel scraping can there be? How low and pathetically low to the bottom of the pile can we get for creating television? Well, I think Channel 4 have tried to help us with that and answer that question by creating a dating show. Not terribly unusual. There are now those things about, but it gets even more pathetic and useless people. A dating show where the challenge is for singletons to recreate a film sex scene with the help of an intimacy coach. I'm just going to say, shoot me now. So Ellie Taylor has teased there is a new Channel 4 dating show, Let's Make a Love Scene.
Oh, God.
Comedian Ellie Taylor had left viewers of ITV's This Morning unimpressed after revealing the concept of her new dating show. I mean, the fact she was on This Morning is bad enough to begin with. But the 38-year-old presenter from Essex was telling Rochelle Humes and Philip Schofield that three men attempt to woo a single woman by reenacting sex scenes from hit rom-coms in her new 2-part Channel 4 series, Let's Make a Love Scene. She explained that the contestants, who've never acted before, recreate memorable moments from films including Ghost, Mr. and Mrs. Smith and 50 Shades of Grey in front of a film crew, intimacy consultant and an acting coach. Having refused to reveal if a lasting couple was formed from the concept, viewers took to social media claiming that it's ridiculous and they won't be watching when it debuts on the 13th of May. Ellie claimed the singletons made decisions throughout the series that she didn't expect, but sparks did fly. I literally cannot see the point of reading the rest of this article.
No.
This looks like the most honest to God, just I am literally lost for words on why some commissioning editor thought this was a good idea. We are literally going into like Alan Partridge territory, you know, when he's like throwing out daft ideas about monkey tennis and youth hosting with Chris Eubank. I mean, so somebody made this comment that it sums up perfectly, which just said, "Oh, FFS, so for F's sake, can we stop?
We
making
can swear,
moronic-"
James.
Yeah. Okay. So they put, "Oh, FFS, can we stop making moronic dating shows, please?"
Yeah.
It's just like, who? Why?
I know.
Seriously, why? What? I mean, the fact that I think what this is probably like someone's gone, "Oh yes, this could be sexy." Then someone's gone, "Let's go with the flavour of the month. Let's throw in a intimacy coach."
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know really. I mean, I'm definitely not going to be watching it, but there will be someone who watches it. Do you know what I mean? So
don't worry, it probably won't get recommissioned.
No, I don't think so. But you never know. Maybe we should give it a go. Just watch one episode so that we can, talk about it on the podcast and laugh about it.
I'll let you watch it.
No.
And I'll let you tell me about it.
No, I'm not falling into that trap again. I'm not falling into that. You watch Seinfeld and I'll watch all of Spaced. Because I bet you still haven't watched any of the Spaced, have you?
What now? Spaced? Who? What? Where? Sorry, I can't remember that.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I did. No, to be fair, I did watch most of Spaced. I've just got a few more to watch of it. 'Cause we did have the conversation that it didn't do a lot for me.
No, I know, but Seinfeld didn't do a lot for me either. But I still sat there and I still watched all 20 series of their 22 episodes.
I think, was it 9 series or 10?
Yeah, maybe.
I'll watch the rest.
It was 9, but there was 22 episodes per.
Right.
Whereas I've asked you to watch one series and it's only like 12 episodes.
All right, I'll watch the rest of Spaced.
Bloody men.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm not falling into that trap again, mister. Right. I'm gonna move on to my story now.
Please do, because all I will say is that show sounds like a complete load of tosh.
Yes.
Right. What's your story? Your next one.
Right. So
can you cleanse the palate after listening to the complete Codswallop crap that was that potential show?
Well, like I said, I'm bringing the Disturbed this week. So, and not.
I actually welcome. I mean, to be fair, that show sounds pretty disturbing, but I welcome something really disturbing to cleanse or terrify me.
Yes.
The thoughts of thinking about that show. Ooh.
Yeah. So, right, and obviously people can't see the fact that I'm doing adverted commas here, but air quotes. Dead.
Air quotes.
Yeah. Air quotes dead. Okay. So, dead woman bangs on coffin to say she's still alive at her own funeral.
Very Victorian.
Yes. Yeah. That's why they had to put the bells on their feet, wasn't it?
That's
or on their
correct.
hands or whatever. Yeah.
It was bells that could be, that were above the coffins that could be used to alert people because there was such a concern about people being buried alive.
Yeah, because of lead poisoning and stuff like that, wasn't it? And that's where the term dead ringer comes from.
Ah.
So, yeah. I know things about like all the old, like where sayings come from and stuff like that. I love all that kind of stuff. So maybe we should do that in an episode one day.
If you like weird stuff to do with death, who am I to stop you?
Not just the deaf ones. It's, like where It's Raining Cats and Dogs comes from. But I'm not going to spoil it because, I'm going to bring that to an episode one day.
We can bring it to the live stream.
Ah, yes, we could.
Yes.
We could bring that to the live stream. So, a funeral in Peru was dramatically interrupted after knocking was heard from within the coffin. The family of Rosa Isabella I'm not going to be able to pronounce her last two names, so I'm not going to say it and butcher it because, she's been through enough, had gathered in the city of her town to pay their final respects on April 26. Rosa had been involved in a serious crash in the region's I had to pick something that had a lot of big, Anyway, so she was in a serious crash, so we don't really need to know what road she was on.
Shit got real, as they say.
Yeah, exactly. The accident claimed the life of her brother-in-law and left her nephews with serious injuries. She was pronounced dead following the horrific crash and later loaded into a coffin ahead of her funeral. But when her relatives hoisted the wooden structure onto their shoulders, they began to hear strange noises. This is like a nightmare, isn't it? It's like, oh my God. And they lowered the coffin and opened the lid to find a weak but very much alive Rosa peering up at them. The cemetery caretaker said, "She opened her eyes and was sweating. I immediately went to my office and called the police." I mean, why would you call the police? I don't understand why.
You would call the police, I'm pretty sure. Well, I mean, yes, it makes sense. You would think you would be calling medical as well. But let's be honest, if someone's been buried alive, I'd be calling the police too, because you'd think some sort of crime or someone been sort of forced into the thing alive by some sort of criminal enterprise. But yeah, definitely call the police. I get it. I'd be calling the police and the medical.
Yeah, I think, maybe an ambulance or something, but then I suppose, the two and two can go together. But shocked relatives rushed Rosa, still in her coffin, to the local hospital. Once there, Rosa was found to have weak signs of life and was hooked up to a life support machine by medics. And sadly, her condition deteriorated, and tragically, she did actually die a few hours later. Her family, who had to say their farewells twice, are now demanding answers. Which I think you would, wouldn't you? Definitely.
Well, I'm going to be honest, I don't have a lot of faith in the medical system here.
No.
If they declare somebody dead who isn't dead. I'd also want to know, again, I can see why you'd want to call the police, because I'd be like, is there something more going on here? Is there some sort of collusion with the family? Was there some sort of financial involvement? There's clearly some sort of issues with regard to the hospital and the way they're practicing. So there is obviously something that is a bit of a concern going on here. Very odd. It's terrible. It's also incredibly worrying on many, many different levels.
Yeah, definitely, because you kind of think to yourself, well, if she'd have been taken to hospital in the first place and actually had stuff done to her, would she still be alive now? Kind of thing.
But the reality is, I'm assuming there must have been some sort of hospital involvement initially.
Yeah.
Because she's been in a crash and they have then declared her dead. So the question you would ask is, what has gone wrong at that hospital in the first place for her to be declared dead when she clearly wasn't dead?
Yeah, because there's a little bit. There's a little bit here that might sort of answer that, but her family suspect she may have been in a coma following the crash, which could explain why she was pronounced dead the first time round.
It's possible. That is a possibility. Having been around people who've been in comas and then come out of comas, yeah, we don't. It's a difficult one. The whole thing is, it is odd. Hence why we're bringing it into this thing, and it's an awful situation for the family and for the lady having to have gone through. So yeah, odd. to be in the box already and she's not even dead. That's pretty scary. Dear God,
that's nightmarish.
I cannot even begin to think.
Yeah,
that is horrific. It is terrifying. Yeah. Terrifying.
And in that scenario as well, I don't know what would be worse, being buried or being cremated. Cremated would be obviously torturous.
Either way, yeah, it is awful. It's not what I want to consider.
No.
Moving on.
Yeah, let's move on to something a little bit more light.
Moving on.
I've left the lightest one to the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got one, because this is if you think it was bad enough to talk about the weirdness of we've scraped a barrel, yay, we've got another one. And this one ties in perfectly to us, because this is about fish. So, talk about weird. So a fantastic invention, a YouTuber has built a custom-made fish tank stroller so he can take his pet goldfish on walks around town with him. I'm back in the shoot me now scenario. From lickable TV screens to electronic chopsticks, some weird and wonderful devices have been unveiled in recent months. But the latest invention may be the wackiest yet, and certainly raised a few eyebrows when it was unveiled on the streets of Taipei, Taiwan last week. Huang Jeremy Xiao, a YouTuber based in Taipei, has developed a custom fish tank stroller so he can take his pet goldfish on walks around town with him. In a video posted on YouTube, Xiao can be seen wielding a metal chassis to form the main frame of the stroller before putting it on wheels. The tank portion is made from acrylic and sits in the middle of the stroller, ensuring the goldfish can get a 360-degree view during their walk. It comes with a battery-powered filtration system, an air pump to supply the fish with oxygen, and even a lighting system. Xiao took his 3 goldfish for a walk around Taipei on board the stroller, and passers-by were flabbergasted, with many doing double takes as he passed by. While the invention is fairly wacky, it's been praised by many fans.
Yeah.
And one user commented, a fisherman said, "I think it's awesome. I can see others walking dogs, cats and rabbits outside, but can't walk the fish."
No, you can't walk a fish.
It is. Yes. And they're just basically just saying, some are saying it's great, some say it's brilliant. It's impressive.
Yeah.
It's weird, but it's impressive. I mean, you do see people walking strollers with around with strollers with dogs in them, so I guess why not? But I can't knock it too much. It is odd, but I guess if it makes him and the fish happy, I'm assuming it makes the fish happy. Sure, why not? Roll with it,
Yeah, exactly. I think sometimes, with the whole pandemic and whatnot, I think that kind of made people realise that, that people should just do what the hell they want. I mean, within reason, don't kill someone.
Yeah, someone has put a joke, which I do like, which is, it says, a fish called Wanderer. But
oh, brilliant. Oh, dear. Let's move on.
Definitely.
Yeah. But no. Yes, a very good story. And yes, I'm glad that fish is getting some oxygen, 'cause that's all it needs. Some different scenery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So my last story is, let's click on it. Oh, dear. It's bloody computers doing my head in today. Right. So I thought that, my interest in heavy metal has come into play with this story. And I thought that it was actually quite interesting to, maybe talk about it. So.
Okay.
Metallica, baby. Woman gives birth at a Brazil stadium show as the band plays Enter Sandman. Hey. Are you familiar with that song, James?
I am. I am familiar with that song, yep.
Yeah, good. So Joyce was 39 weeks pregnant and sitting in a special area at a Metallica show in Brazil when her contractions began during the set. She has posted details of her son's unusual birthplace on Instagram, with the band sharing the news with fans.
Nice.
Supermarkets, cars and lifts are just some of the unusual birthplaces reported for babies who have made speedy entrances into the world. But one newborn in Brazil now surely claims to be the most rock and roll arrival of all time. 2-day-old the boy anyway was born at a Metallica gig at the stadium in Brazil to the sound of Enter Sandman, according to his mum. So exilite into night, grain of sand. Da 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 da. I don't know, as a Metallica fan, I completely butchered that, but that's pretty much it. But are you still there?
I'm listening. Go on, keep going.
No, that's fine. Because I'm not on the screen right now, so that's why I was wondering. You were so quiet. I was expecting a round of applause.
Where's he gone? Complete silence.
I was expecting a round of applause after my singing.
He's disconnected.
Yeah.
We don't know where he's gone.
Shut up. No, don't shut up.
So what a mixed message.
I know.
That is definitely, it's like, you're silent. I don't like that. And then I say something like, shut up. Shut your cake hole.
Shut your face. Yeah. Metallica has shared details of the birth with their 8.2 million followers. I hope they didn't take pictures of the incident on their band's Instagram stories.
I love the fact that you describe the birth of a child as an incident.
I know. I did
Everyone else is like, it's wonderful, it's brilliant. And to quote Billy, when they talk about the birth of a child, it's brilliant, it's wonderful, it's magical. I love what Billy Connolly says, but it's not spectator sport.
No, it's also a bit gross. So Joyce, who brought her tickets to the show 3 years ago, said that she was 39 weeks pregnant and sitting in a special area for the show when her contractions began during Metallica's set. I believe I read this bit already. With that, just 3 songs left to go, the plan was to take her to the hospital by ambulance, but there was no more time. Sharing the news in posts written in both Portuguese and in English on Instagram, she says that her son was born right there in the stadium as the band's biggest hit, Enter Sandman, played. The whole day was just very crazy, she said, adding that she had joked that the little boy's name could be James Ulrich, after the frontman name, who's James Hetfield, and Lars Ulrich. I wouldn't want to have Lars anywhere to do with a child's name, but there you go. James is also a very nice name. Oh, James.
Thank you, goddamn right.
Yeah. She said that she received lots of messages about her son's birth and thanked well-wishers for their support. I'm great physically and trying to understand how this happened, she wrote. Thank you.
Well, if you don't know, I'm going to have to explain it to her if she's listening, which I'm sure she will be doing because she's, all the best people listen to us.
Yeah.
There's a mummy, there's a daddy, and certain things happen.
Yeah.
And that's how you have a child. So if you don't know, well, Instagram me or whatever, I'll explain it to you privately because we don't want to scare the younger listeners.
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that, that's pretty much the end of the story, but the fact that she waited 39 weeks to actually find out, what actually happened. It's pretty astounding as well, isn't it?
Is this a Metro article? You sound like just grinds to a halt.
No, there was a little bit more to it, but we got the gist of it. So, and I don't think it was a Metro one. Actually, I think I delved somewhere else, but I've closed it down now, so I can't.
Okay. Well, respect to her for going to the concert and that close to having a baby.
Yeah, I'm guessing probably what happened was that it was cancelled because of COVID or whatever, and then she's like, "No, sod it, I'm not missing it because I'm pregnant."
Fair enough.
And that's what makes her a badass.
It does, yeah. I now can't find the article I was going to read, which is rather annoying.
About the crocodile.
Yeah, I can't find it.
Never smile at the crocodile. Crocodile never smiles at you 'cause it's gonna eat you.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. I don't actually know that song. So
That was the song that I just made up, so that's why you never knew it.
right. Yeah, I actually can't find it anymore. Where the hell's it gone?
Should we end it there then? And
if I can find it very quickly, but I think we are going to have to end it because I cannot work out where it's gone. It was, God, that's weird.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's a sign that clearly we were not meant to have it. So yeah, I think we're going to have to bring it to a juddering halt there.
You're going to have to, Metallica. Fuck yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, well, it seems as though although the episode was going to have 3 stories each, James has managed to lose one of his stories.
I have. So and we can't play any Metallica music because Lars will sue us. So
yeah. See, I love Metallica, but I can't stand him. Yeah.
Is this just so you're just like you're wanting him to lose his money?
Yeah.
Clearly, you're one of these people who just wants to steal from Lars.
Nah. I wouldn't want to steal money from them. Sorry, or for them. But yeah, I because I do think that it's quite right. That they don't get paid as much as they should for any band. I mean, so for as much as they should for their talent and their music. But I still don't like Lars. So he's a bit arrogant for my liking. But there you go. Anyway, so
on that bombshell,
there you go. You had a little bit of additional Metallica news there. So, that's just my opinion. So thanks for letting me share it. In that case, then, James, because I feel like I'm drowning at the moment.
I just think you'd be angry as ever. But on that note, so
there you go. I found my Codswallop. Codswallop.
Yes.
So I think on that note, we've been talking enough Codswallop this week. I have been Gemma.
I have been James.
And we are talking Codswallop.
Damn right we are.
Yes, we are. Bye.
Bye-bye.